Hello, and welcome back to Elevation 44. I'm your host, Beverly, or B for short. And if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, family. Today, we are diving into another weekly astrology update. And this week, we will cover from November 4th through November 10th. And there's not a whole lot going on in terms of transits, but there's a lot of big energy at play, okay? So it's a fascinating mix that will challenge us, inspire us, and push us to expand this week. And we have Mars that's on the move, finally out of Cancer and going into Leo. We have also other aspects with Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune. So we're really in for a week of growth, unexpected shifts, and lessons in flexibility, okay? So going ahead, get your cozy beverage, get your notepad, get your calendar, and get ready to jot down what you can expect this week. So kicking off with Monday, November 4th, Mars enters Leo, okay? So Mars has been in watery, emotional, home-oriented, family-oriented Cancer and really taking our emotions and the things that are close to our heart and that we care about and using those things to drive action. Now, with it entering Leo, the focus now shifts to bold action and creative confidence, okay? So Leo is very expressive, and Mars in Leo brings a surge of passionate, courageous energy, and it inspires us to take bold action and step into the spotlight. Okay, we don't shy away from the spotlight. We're stepping in, all right? And this placement is fueling really our desire for self-expression, creativity, and leadership. It really is an ideal time to just channel your energy into something that ignites your spirit and showcases your unique gifts, okay? So if you need a little play in your life, if you've been feeling like life has been monotonous and just the same old routine day in and day out, you're bored, infuse play, infuse creativity with this energy, okay? So Mars in Leo is about courage. It's about confidence. If there's anything that you've been wanting to pursue, now is the time to really go for it with enthusiasm, with flair, with boldness, okay? And with Mars in Leo on the world stage, when we're zooming out, not looking at ourselves individually, this is also going to fire us up collectively. And we can see a lot of different things coming out of this transit. So keep your eyes on what's happening in terms of how people are getting boosted in this way for good and for, not so good. I guess that's all subjective, but we will see how this also plays out too. Tuesday, November 5th, election day in the US, okay? The energy is tense already. And this energy that we're seeing on Tuesday is in alignment. We have the North Node in Aries, trine Mercury in Sagittarius, okay? So here we have aligned communication and really expanding our perspectives, all right? So on Tuesday, this supportive trine with Mercury and the North Node is aligning our communication with a higher purpose. And it's just really interesting how this is happening on the same day as the election, but put a pin in that, okay? With Mercury in Sagittarius, there is an emphasis on expanding knowledge and speaking from a place of authenticity, okay? This aspect is perfect for us sharing ideas, exploring new viewpoints, and stepping into truth, okay? The trine is also tied, this trine between these two is tied to current aspects, including what's happening now with the sun trining Saturn, all right, which we talked about last week. Mars is in opposition to Pluto, and that's bringing some energy. And then we have Chiron sextiling Jupiter, okay? So all of these transits combined is really creating a backdrop for deep inner growth and transformation. this is a powerful time personally to set your intentions and align your words with your values, right? And as you find that conversations you have now, they're leading you to greater purpose. They're leading to things, all right? So just put a pin in that, right? Now, with the sun trining Saturn, this is giving us grounded energy right now. It's allowing us to take practical steps towards our goals. The opposition with Mars and Pluto is bringing in intensity and power struggles to the surface. And that's why I said put a pin in it, because this is what's going to be showing up not only individually in our lives, but collectively, especially as we're looking at, Pluto doing its last little stint in Capricorn for the next 200 and something odd years. We're not going to see Pluto in Capricorn again. So what is it doing on its way out as it really just ties things up? And next week it's out, right? It's going into Aquarius for good. So this opposition with Mars is very, very key. We have to pay attention to what's going on here. But those power struggles, the intensity, all of this is coming to the surface at this time. And it's pushing us to confront any imbalances in control. This is tied to everything that's happening right now, okay? And Chiron sextile Jupiter, which has also been a thing for us lately, is giving us a gift. It's an opportunity to heal through growth and learning, all right? And I do believe there is a collective healing happening through this process. But a lot of the times the process of healing and learning and growing is through pain. It's through uncomfortability. It's through lessons that don't feel as great, right? So we're seeing a lot of this come up to the surface now. And as Mercury, let's go back to Mercury in the North Node, which is this aspect, this trine that's happening on Tuesday. We can use these lessons from this particular conjunction to kind of put a bow on all of this and say, these lessons are here for us to communicate our vision and embrace new beginnings with clarity, okay? New beginnings, like not the same old, like we need to really start moving in a different direction collectively. And I think a lot of us know this and are tuned into this and feel, I think collectively, a lot of us can feel like we don't have a say-so. We don't have a way to actually change things. But when we come together and we change our thought and we change our energy, we actually do create that change. It's not just like, oh, this is the way it is. I can't do anything about it. And so I'm just going to have to deal with how things are. We need to leave that thinking in the past. But let's move on. Thursday, November 7th, okay? We also have Venus in Sagittarius, quincunx, Uranus in Taurus. And I know we don't talk about quincunxes a lot on this particular channel, but they have their place. They have their place. So what a quincunx is, it's an aspect that represents an adjustment or a need for flexibility, because whatever these two planets are that are in quincunx, they're just not in a harmonious alignment. They're not harmoniously aligned at all. So what we have is that Venus in Sagittarius is adventurous, okay? And Uranus in Taurus wants to be grounded. And it's bringing unpredictable energy, these two, in this formation that they have going on. It's bringing up unpredictable energy in relationships and values, okay? So there is, like I said, an adjustment or a need for flexibility here. Uranus wants stability with a twist of innovation. Venus in Sagittarius wants freedom, exploration, and novelty, okay? So what this means for you is that you might be feeling torn between wanting security and craving change, specifically in relationships, specifically in finances, specifically in your values, those types of things. This energy is really encouraging you to adapt to the unexpected. There's going to be a lot of unexpected, right? And that's why I wanted to bring this up. It's going to encourage you. You must adapt to the unexpected because the unexpected is inevitable right now. And you need to find balance between your need for freedom and the comfort of stability. And again, I wanted to bring up this quincunx because I know we're talking about it in terms of relationships, values, self-worth, and that type of thing. But zoom out and think about what that means to what we just talked about with the direction that we need to be headed into and how we need to embrace these new beginnings, expand our perspectives, try something different. This all aligns in terms of us shifting our collective thoughts and where we want to go. Now, wrapping up the week is Saturday, November 9th. We have Venus in Sagittarius square Neptune in Pisces, okay? So the key focus here is us really navigating being ideal versus reality, all right? So Venus in Sagittarius and Neptune forming this challenging square is just an aspect that really can blur the lines in a lot of things, including relationships, including our ideals and things, the way that we approach and think about things, our fantasy. So it creates illusions, over idealistic expectations. And Venus in Sagittarius seeks adventure and expansion. And Neptune in Pisces wants a sense of longing for something deeper and spiritual. So while this energy can be inspiring, it could be creative, it could be romantic, you have to be super, super careful, very mindful of any tendency to overlook red flags or get swept up again in illusion and fantasy, all right? It's a time to really try to ground yourself a little bit more. So use this time to explore your dreams, but again, stay grounded and realistic in matters of the heart and matters of just everything. I wouldn't even say it's just about relationships. I would say can be very broad. And that really wraps up this week's astrology update. Again, we have Mars charging into bold Leo. We have Venus challenging some of our perceptions of security, worth, values. We have Mercury aligning with the North Node. And the week is just packed with energy that embraces courage, flexibility, and authenticity. Just remember, staying grounded during this time is key. Energies are at all-time high. Tensions are at an all-time high. People are on a very, very, very thin fuse right now. So just take care of yourself the best you can. Balance, balance, balance. Grounding, grounding, grounding. A lot of self-care, a lot of self-love. And, we always move in faith and not fear. Until next time, we will talk again soon. Keep elevating, keep loving, keep living.